Hey everyone, I'm Grant.
I'm Marissa.
And today we are going to go through our top 10 must-have items for long-haul travel. So let's get started with, I think, the most essential of the carry-on items. The thing that holds
the stuff.
Your carry-on items.
This is a controversial topic because we know there's a big debate amongst a roller carry-on or a backpack. We are firmly, enthusiastically team backpack.
Yes. Yeah, and as you can see, we both have essentially the same backpack in different colors. This is by far our favorite purchase I think we've made, right? This is a company called Brevite, Brevite. It's a smaller backpack company. We got a lot of ads on TikTok and Facebook and about how cool they are, and we agree. Like they're fairly compact. They're a small size. They're not very heavy. They're sort of smushable. They're soft. But there's one feature that I know we both love. Well, two features actually. You tell your feature, and I think I know what my favorite feature is.
So the thing I love about this, so I get really flustered if I have to like dig around in my bag for any reason. If you've ever flown through Heathrow and you've had the trial of taking out all your liquids and putting them in another bag, it's a whole thing, and I have like a breakdown. My favorite thing about this bag is, so you have like your main pocket where you would put all your stuff in at the top. It zips open on the side. Yeah. So you can easily reach down into whatever's in the bottom. I got my hairbrush. It just makes it easy so you don't have to constantly like dig through to get to the bottom. Game changing.
Yeah.
1000%.
And then on the other side of this bag, it has another pocket. You can sort of see here, another pocket. Zips open. It's a little itty bitty pocket. And this one is purely for your passport. You just put your passport in there, and that way you don't even have to take the bag off your back. You can just like zip it, pull it out. Yeah. You know, give
and
it
it's
to
nice and
customs.
safe against your back. So
always protected. It's always near you. You know if someone is going through there. So that is by far our favorite. And then I actually have another version of this in a different color, but this one's slightly bigger. And this one it has all the same features except it's slightly larger. And this front pocket has another zipper here, and it opens up like this. And this is the camera version. So if I'm taking like this big camera on a trip or another camera, I can put all that stuff in here, have it safe, have it like sort of near me and on me when I travel. So that is our favorite bag. We're all for backpacks, as we said earlier, because we just find, especially when you're traveling internationally, that you get a free checked bag. You might as well take advantage of that. Put all the big stuff there. Yeah. Keep what's on your person fairly small and efficient. That way,
if you're having to sprint through a long airport, as we have done, you just have one backpack. One other feature, it's not like our favorite feature, but I know this is something a lot of people need or require when they're looking at a backpack, is it does have the luggage strap on the back, so you can just like pop it on the back of your roller bag if you have one. Yep. So that is the backpack. We are both obsessed with it. Definitely the best purchase I think we made, travel-wise. Sure. Yeah.
That's the first one. All right.
Number two.
Number two is I only think I started using this last year, and I've never really done this before. I've always struggled to sleep. I still somewhat struggle to sleep, but this one is now an essential for me, and you've started taking the exact same thing. Yeah. This is there's a company called Turtle, TRTL, and they're traditionally they do sleep like pillows. These ones which I've got the item there. I'll show you in a minute. But this is actually my favorite one, right? And it's one of these like cool face masks that has removable little straps. Goes over your face, fully blackout, right?
Yeah, it's super padded, super comfortable. And you can actually we have very differently proportioned heads. You can move the iPads so it fits your face comfortably. For the record, none of this is sponsored. These are just companies we really, really love, and I want to give a huge shout out to Turtle because we had a slight tragedy in our house where our dog ate the pad off one of the masks, and their customer service has been amazing, and they're sending it over to us. So huge shout out to them. love a company with good customer service. So thanks, Turtle.
Yeah. And don't leave them out on your bedside table if you have a dog that likes to chew things.
Yeah.
Because
Pro tip.
apparently they're tasty. But yeah, this is one that's like, it's just super soft, so it doesn't like hurt when it's around your head. I have, as she said, like if you can't tell, mine is the larger head of our relationship. And it, I even struggle sometimes to get hats and like things like that don't hurt. And this just fits around nicely. It's soft. You can lay down whatever direction, and it's
nice and cozy.
It's comfy. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is number 2. All right, number 3. This is another like must-have. Like, can never leave on a flight without these. And there's like different ones we have. So headphones. Headphones are number 3. And not just any headphones, noise canceling. They have to be noise canceling. That is the only way to get rid of that, you know, throbbing noise of the
airplane.
of the plane, the dull noise. And like we've got a couple of different ones. So yeah, Marissa here, you've got the earbuds.
Yeah, these are the Sony.
Yeah,
earbuds.
These are a Sony brand earbuds. This is generally what I've also started taking with me. Yeah. They're just smaller, right? Like
it's smaller. It takes up less space in the bag, where real estate is a premium, and it's more comfortable on a plane, I think, for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other tip I have, if you're using AirPods or earbuds of anything, what we tend to do, just because if you're on a lot of long flights, the battery doesn't last forever, take them out when you're eating so they get a little bit of a charge.
Yeah, because these little cases charge them as you go. So, I think most of them are kind of like 8 hours or so. So if you're on a really long flight, anytime you take them out, just pop them back in. It also stops you losing. So, which is...
That has never happened, actually.
I'm surprised, yeah. But, yeah. The other one is, I've got some over-ear ones. You know, these are other ones. I sometimes like these more if I feel like I really need to sleep, or like I want to sort of real zone out. I feel like the sound is the sound canceling's a little bit better. It's a little, but they're generally my go-to, the smaller ones, just for the sake of space.
Yeah.
All right.
Number 4.
Okay, this one is the pillow/blanket. It's like this. Sometimes we take one, sometimes we take the other, depending on space, depending how long the flight is, right? But I know you have a favorite.
I have a favorite. My favorite is taking a blanket with me, because I am perpetually cold. I'm always cold on the plane. It also it's like a sensory thing. I just like having the blanket on me. Once again, shout out to Turtle. I have their mini wrap. It's nice and cool. It's got like a little pocket in it, which is fantastic. And it's just really smushy and compact. So I'm a big fan of the Turtle mini wrap.
And then the other one is like a pillow. I've never really found the traditional like neck pillow very comfy, right? They're always, so we do have one we talked about this earlier. This is like a Turtle one, and it's kind of weird. It's kind of like
it's a bit of a
it's almost like a neck brace. You like wrap it around, and this is not fully done properly, but it essentially wraps around your head, and then you can just kind of go like this. You can go to sleep like that. This one's a little bulky. It's not as bulky as a normal pillow. So this one, if you've got a little bit of extra room in your backpack, it folds down to kind of this. So it's useful, and it does help. It stops you doing
helps.
Like the
head bob.
The head bob, right?
Yeah. Okay.
All right, 5.
Number 5.
This one, we don't have to take this one out because it's kind of self-explanatory, but change of clothes.
Yeah. T-shirt, underwear, change of socks.
Yeah.
When you get to your destination, or if you're like midway through a series of flights, just being able to like put on like, not to be gross, but like a nice fresh pair of underwear just really helps you feel refreshed, makes everything feel better. So we generally do a t-shirt, pair of underwear, and socks in the bottom of our backpack, and that's where that side pocket comes in handy, because you don't have to throw everything out when you're trying to change in a tiny bathroom stall. You just unzip the bottom of the backpack.
Yeah,
right out.
And especially like if you've had these long flights, like sometimes airports can be hot, they can be cold, like different temperatures everywhere, right? So like you can get a little sweaty, running around to catch a flight or catch a gate. You don't really want to be sweaty, and like, so being able to just throw on a new t-shirt or something, while you're waiting for that like final flight, like you've been waiting for a few hours. It's good just to feel fresh, and even if you're just like, you get to your destination, you have a few minutes before you have to jump in your transport to the hotel or whatever, just freshen up a little bit so you're not stinky when you get there. Right.
Yeah. Really
speaking of being fresh and being
fresh,
like, that's like we'll talk about number 6. Toiletries.
This is what I call my plain bag. This is, of all the things, strategies I've created or we've created in the last year, like this is one of my favorites. It's just like a little reusable Ziploc bag, and this is everything you need on a plane. So I'm just gonna go through it real quickly. I've got some melatonin, help you sleep. One of my favorite discoveries are the Colgate Wisps. They're like these little disposable toothbrushes, like single-use toothbrushes. They're like a little minty. They've got like a little pick on the end. They look like this if you've never used them before. But really great, again, either on the plane or once you get off your plane, just brushing your teeth real quick without having to also bring a toothbrush and toothpaste. This is like one of my favorite things we found.
You just like throw them out.
You just throw them out when you're done.
I was very skeptical of these.
You really were. Yeah. I had to talk you into it. I think I just like bought it on Amazon. Was like, we're just using these now, and then you were like.
And then I had my little toothbrush and little toothpaste in my carry-on and ended up not using it, and now never take it.
Mini deodorant, as we talked about, freshening up. This is key.
Yeah. Don't be that person on the plane.
Yeah.
Is smelling.
Nice. A couple other extras I have in here. I do have just some like pharmaceutical things, some Tylenol or ibuprofen, some Imodium. You never know. When I bring my medication, I will put that in my doctor's note in here too. I also have some cough drops, and then some other extras that just kind of make flying a little more pleasant. One of my favorite things in the world is the Laneige water sleeping mask. I have like a little mini version. If you just have like a little travel jar, I'll just scoop it out of my main jar and put it in here. But this I always put on when I get on the plane, and it just helps my skin not be gross when I get off the plane.
Yeah. I
also have like a face mist. Again, plain air is gross. It just keeps everything nice and hydrated. A hand lotion, a lip balm. I'm almost done, I swear. And then my last thing is under eye patches. Again, especially if we're going to be filming, you want to look pretty. So these are my things that I can't live without when I travel. All that fit in this tiny little bag. Must have.
Yeah. And it's some of these things can be give and take. Like I know I have another version of this, mainly the same, not all the same stuff. Like I don't have like the face mists and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but
you borrow mine.
Yeah, that should. But I have like a very simple version that has like a chapstick and a deodorant and stuff like that, and the little toothbrush. You pick things. They're great.
Seriously, like one of the best things we've found.
Game changer. Yeah.
Game changing.
All right, now it's time for number 7. And this is a pretty common one. I'm pretty sure most people do this, but we have a little bit of a little take on this one, and that's the water bottle, right? We've tried a bunch of different ones. We've tried like the more thermos kind of ones that are like the insulated, like metal ones that keep your water cooler and stuff. We've tried those. They're generally too heavy, which I don't like. They're like when you empty them, they weigh a lot and they kind of are just cumbersome, right?
Yeah.
So we kind of invested in these. This is a Yeti water bottle, which is just a plastic one, but it's super thick and heavy duty. Not as heavy, but it has, I don't know if you show you, it's kind of like got like a spin top where it's got a little spout. But yeah, you can take that one off, and then you can, if you have a hard to get, air to fill it up. But that's just our favorite right now. We find that super easy. You know how much water is in your bottle? Like, you forgot to empty it out before going through security, and you're like, oh, okay, I've got a little bit. I can just drink this or whatever, right? That's easy. It's super light when not full, which I like.
Yep.
And then there's one other little thing we like to do, particularly like before the flight or just as we get on the flight, is add a little extra something to the water. We
always do a liquid IV. Because a lot of jet lag is dehydration. And this is a hydration multiplier. This one also has immune support, so it's got a little boost of vitamin C in it. It just helps you stay hydrated a little bit longer. So we always do that. We always generally take a bunch with us and have one every day while we're traveling as well.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Now we're time for number 8. All right, so number 8, I'm I'm a bit of a nerd. I often will bring a decent amount of technology with me, just a little bit. So like whether it's cameras, phones, or iPad, things like that, it's those things take up room, and the biggest problem I find sometimes before I found this was, and this is a cord organizer / tech organizer, little tiny, just like little folio thing. It's not very big.
Yeah.
And this essentially just like has pockets and little spots to put your cords. So we can I put in like our phone chargers in here. I put in, this is just like a portable battery. This is like a MagSafe one for iPhone. Mm-hmm. So this you just like pop on the back of the phone, which is great. So we don't have to even bother with the cord for this.
Yep.
I also have a bunch of cords, but then I also have like a little universal like USB like charger in here. So this like flicks down, like US outlet, but then it's got adapters. That's like super small. It just fits in this little folio. And then also I throw in the zipper pocket like a little air tag, which is great for like if you leave your bag somewhere and have to find it. So all that stuff, it's all just in this little thing. It's all kept very organized, and that means you can just close it, zip it up, throw it in the bag, and you know where it is when you're in a pinch, like your phone just died or is about to die and you need to, and I often will throw extras in there. Sometimes I'll put my wallet or something in there as well for like spare cards. Just because I know it's very easy to grab, it's easy to throw in, and it's pretty thin. So that just keeps everything organized, which is great. I think that's the key to at least how I travel, is like I want to have things easily accessible, organized. So if something stressful happens, we need something in a pinch, generally know where to find it. Yeah. It's not just in a mess in the bag, and you have to go searching for it.
Yep. Number 9.
This is another organizational one for me. As you can tell, I like to be organized. So this one is, the first one of these is just a little passport wallet. We've got our own ones here, which we put in a little handy little backpack slot, which we showed you earlier. And these just like, it's simple, it just holds your stuff, and then it's got like another little pocket in it. So worst thing is to have your passport damaged. So this is a real simple one. Put it in something, please. Keep it protected because your passport is the most important thing when you're traveling internationally.
I will also add, if you're traveling internationally, have a photocopy of your passport, have photos of your passport on your phone. If your passport is lost or stolen and you have to go to the embassy to get an emergency one, I have had to do this. Having a photocopy of your passport will speed up the process of you getting your emergency replacement. I was able to leave the country the same day because of that photocopy. So obviously keep it in a different place than your passport actually is. Yeah. So
maybe put it in your
if your
checked luggage.
Whole backpack is stolen, you still have your photocopy, but in the worst case scenario happens, you can still get out of the country the same day if you have to. Yeah. So that is my pro tip.
Yeah, and then side one to that is I also just have, as you can tell, I like orange, but I just have like a little plastic folio thing that's like, just a piece of paper. And I'm really, like I embrace technology, right? And I have things on my phone, I have like boarding passes and whatever. I print them out as well. And like that might be overkill, but at the end of the day, like your phone dies, your iPad's dead, whatever
you can't
happens,
get cell phone
you can't get
reception,
it.
the app crashes.
I feel like just like it takes like 5 minutes before your trip just to print out at least whatever documents you have. Print out your itinerary and print out your hotel address, things like that. And I just pop it in here, pop it in the back of my bag.
If you have any excursions or tours or anything like that booked, we also print out either the reservation, or if there's tickets for it, we'll print them out too. Again, just in case technology fails us, as it does, it's an extra fail-safe. And a lot of this might sound like overkill, but these are like the little things we do to just help ease any stress and anxiety while we're traveling and help prevent misadventures.
For sure. All right, now we are down to the last item, number 10, and this is the personal item. So like, most airlines, every airline, you can carry a carry-on and a personal item. And that, what we found the best thing to do here, especially because we carry backpacks, is a lot of the time people will try and sort of say, oh, your backpack needs to go under the seat in front of you. And that's not true. Like, your backpack can go in the overhead. You have every right to put it in the overhead.
We put it in the overhead.
We put it in the overhead. But the way to avoid like sort of having to put it under your bag if something sort of under your seat if something happens, is to have a smaller bag that is your personal item. And that's, you've got one here.
So this is, I have like the Fjällräven mini Kanken. I'm obsessed. It's super cute. It's got a fox on it. But this is, usually I'll get my little plain bag that I showed earlier out. I'll stash it in here. And then this has everything I might need at my seat when we're on the plane. It's got my medication in it. It's got my earbuds that I showed earlier. All of that good stuff I keep in here.
Yeah, and yeah, I got the same. I got a little bag here that I take. I also have like, if I don't take this one, I might, if I'm taking a bigger camera, sometimes I'll just have like a side sort of carry bag for my camera. Yeah, having a bag that's on you that you don't have to go up into the overhead compartment mid-flight, I think that's like game changer. And it's just like, it's easy to, like, if you're even just around the airport and stuff, like I will often have my side bags that are ready to go when I'm about to go through security. If I like, just to make it easier and not putting everything in the like in the bucket, I'll throw my phone in here. I'll throw my my wallet in here, my watch in here, and then all I have to do is just like put my bag. And
that way you're not having to like try and pull it
out.
That
of the bin. That way you know where it is. This is the bag that you just have very minimal in, and you can put things in on the fly, which is really cool.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's it. That is our top 10 items that we find make long haul travel way easier in our carry-on.
Yeah. And let us know in the comments, what are we missing? Where are we wrong? Tell us. You want to know.
Yeah, let us know in the comments, like, if you disagree, if your team roller bag, or your team certain neck pillow, or we're open for suggestions from everyone here too. We're always open to finding new things that are must-have travel items. Right. But yeah, if you like today's content, make sure you like this video and hit subscribe. It really helps us out. Yep. So thanks, and see you next time.
Bye. Thanks.